How much do you want to bet this is not the full story? But that's the headline. Trans woman sues Hooters after they refused to hire her. Okay, well, I'm going to start by saying I wonder what the real reason was for not hiring this person. But there have been numerous instances where dudes have gone after Hooters being like, you cannot only hire large-breasted women for your restaurant. It's actually not legal to discriminate on the basis of gender, sex. So now you have an instance of a biological male who wants to be a Hooters employee being denied. Well, my understanding is that the story where the guy sued, Hooters just said, sure. And they were like, here's our uniform. And the guy was like, I don't want to wear that. And they're like, that's the uniform. Here's the problem. Under current civil rights law in most places, you can't deny someone based on the clothing they choose to wear. So there is a predicament now. Because there's gendered and non-gendered uniforms, they may have to have a unisex uniform. And one could argue, say you're female, but you're a trans man, they could argue it's discriminatory because it's clearly female coded, but you can sue for anything these days. It's just the whole thing is getting absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to say it. Okay. Guys, 99% of them want females. That's it. And that's what Hooters is probably responding. But let's read the story. All right. Daily Mail reports a transgender woman is suing Hooters, a Hooters franchise, for discrimination after they refused to hire her based on her image. Brandy Livingston has become a regular at the restaurant, famed for its scantily clad waitresses on Wolf Road in Colony, a suburb of Albany, New York. And I'll tell you, New York human rights law says you cannot discriminate if the person is trans. They're going to say with career aspirations of working for the chain, Livingston had applied 3 times for listings, which were all unsuccessful. Speaking with News 10, Livingston said she was not respected as a woman at the establishment, alleging the workers actively discriminated against her. She told the outlet, they would use male pronouns. They would refer to me as he. That's not discrimination. I can call you whatever I want. I can call an actual female a dude if I so choose. That's not discrimination. Now, it could be used in a lawsuit to prove discrimination on the basis of being trans. That's for sure. But if people see a guy and they're like, excuse me, sir, and you're like, how dare you? Well, we don't know what you want to be called, and you don't get to just choose. You know, if you come to me, listen, I did this interview on Piers Morgan, and Nina Turner called me Tony. She called me Tony several times. She apologized. It wasn't on purpose. I'm not mad. She doesn't know me. She called me Tony. It's fine. I thought she was very lovely. But I'm not going to be like, that's discrimination. On being denied employment, she added, I said, do you want to see my experience or anything? Because I had previous jobs I'd written down. And he said, oh, we don't care about experience. We hire on the basis of personality, and there's an image that needs to be met. Livingston said that she had also heard employees and a manager at the restaurant harass her about using their restroom. She claimed, I overheard one of the servers after I left the restroom talking to one of the managers and said, why are you allowing him into the women's restroom? And the manager said, oh, I don't like it any more than you do. Please keep doing this. Donald Trump is going to win, okay? Because these people in Albany are like, what's happening? A dude walked in and said, I want to be a Hooters girl, and then went in the women's bathroom. Okay, now I'm saying that's what they're saying. You don't have to like it. I can say, Tim, don't misgender. Oh, no. I'm telling you what they're saying. That's in the article. But these people are going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm telling you. The manager said, I don't like it more than you do. Livingston filed a claim with the New York State Division of Human Rights to investigate and found evidence her rights may have been violated. I told you guys this was going to happen. I called this several years ago. Remember? Vociferon, Herald of the Winter Mists. We're here, baby. Hooters has since hit back at the claim, saying Livingston had been told not to return to the establishment over alleged offensive behavior. Their lawyers said that Livingston... Oh, okay, wait. In this instance, we're talking about the Hooters. The lawyer said that Livingston allegedly made sexually explicit comments to servers on multiple occasions prior to her transitioning. I believe it. News 10 reporter James De La Fuente questioned Livingston over this, saying the chain had accused her of asking servers to marry her and discussing, let's just call it self-gratification. Inappropriate. Here's an image of large-breasted Hooters girls, which I suppose I can use for the thumbnail of this YouTube video. Now, look, it's just a picture of girls who work at Hooters. It'll likely be the thumbnail because that's what people are going to think these are the trans women. The chain restaurant's famed for its scantily clad waitresses, indeed. The company also said that she had threatened to go to a gun range for practice the next time you came to the restaurant. Livingston told the outlet, I never said anything about that. My mom would take me to the gun range for clay pigeon shooting trap. I feel like one of the servers might have overheard what me and my dad were talking about and misunderstood what we were talking about. Due to the findings by the State Division of Human Rights, Hooters in Livingston will attend a hearing next September. Livingston told the outlet she does not want money over her claims, adding, what I really want is an apology. I'm never going to get that. Daily Mail has approached Hooters for comment. Does this make sense? Guys, this is going to make people vote for Donald Trump. It's going to set back individual liberties for many of these individuals. But hey, y'all ask for it, this is what y'all get. When a guy, a biological male, puts on skin-tight jeans and a bra and makeup and walks into a restaurant and says, I'm a lady, as has happened. I'm not trying to, that's not disrespect. I am actually trying to explain what's going on. These people are going to be like Trump. They are going to, the pendulum will swing. Now, right now, if a person was trans and they walk into a restaurant and they mind their own business and they say nothing, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay. I have transgender friends. I don't care. Okay. We have friends of the show. If Timcast, they come on. I don't care if they're trans. But you go to a women's sporting event and you say that you as a male want to compete against females. Now you're causing problems. You are now putting yourself into other people's spaces. You go to restaurants like Hooters, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. Everyone in their right mind knows why people go to Hooters. They want to see scantily clad women with their boobs mashed up and pushed out. These guys, ever since I was young, these guys would be like, actually, Hooters has pretty good wings. And I'd be like, shut up. Dude, I can get wings anywhere, okay? I don't need to go to a chain restaurant to get wings. And I know you're only saying that because you want to go hang out where the women got big boobs. And that it's called Hooters. What do you think is going to happen to this business if they have to hire based on like literally anything else? You know what's funny? It's actually a really funny point. How long do you think it'll be until a trans woman goes to a strip club and says they want to be a stripper? And they're going to be like, this is an establishment for men to look at women. And they're going to be like, don't care. I want the job. I am a woman. Could you imagine? Oh, that's coming. It's totally going to happen. You're going to get a biological male going to a strip club and being like, I'd like to get up there in women's clothing and take my clothes off. And it's going to be like, dude, guys will leave. No one will come to this business. What's fascinating to me is this. Movies are allowed to discriminate on the basis of race, gender, age, etc. It's the only industry. Well, maybe not the only industry, but it's like, I think it's the only industry. And they say, well, it's because we're doing movie casting. Could you imagine what this ideology would bring to movies? It's like, okay, we're doing Donald Trump, the biopic, and playing Donald Trump is Kevin Hart. You'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, Kevin Hart's funny, good actor, but he's like a 5'6" black man, and Donald Trump is a 6'3" white man. That doesn't matter. You can't discriminate. That's where we're heading. Could you look? Hooters is already in trouble. You know, they're facing bankruptcy, and there's already only one reason for people to go to Hooters. So, I don't know how to tell you, Hooters. Pull out of New York, California, get out of all the blue states. I tell you this: if Hooters opens in a red state, ain't nobody gonna care when the Hooters manager says we're looking for young, beautiful women. But you go to California and you're going to get a fat man who's like, "What's the difference?" And I'm not insulting. I'm saying that's what it is. So listen, you can be mad about it. I don't think people should be discriminated against, but I understand the existence of Hooters is predicated upon one thing. It's like, when we're talking about strip clubs, there's a line, and Hooters is just in front of it. Like, the women are not strippers, the women are not hookers or anything like that, but they know why they got the job. I went to a Hooters one time, not a fan. It's not for me, okay? The women, they like come over to the table and they lean down and they just like shove their chest, and I'm like, I don't blame her for doing that. That's the point of Hooters. Why did my friends bring me here? I don't go to strip clubs. I don't care for none of that. I'm of the mind, like, if you want to see beautiful women, go out into the world, have some confidence, talk to some women. Don't go to businesses and pay money so that women can pretend to like you. I've known people that go to strip clubs and they spend hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, why are you doing that? These women don't like you. They're just trying to entice you into giving up your money. But you know what? A lot of lonely guys don't know how else to do it, and they'll pay for it. I think that's sad. I say this, my friends, go out into the real world. Here's what you do. Go out to a busy downtown, wave to random people, and meet them. I'm not kidding. Stand in the middle of like downtown Chicago. Look at a person. I don't care if they're a dude, a woman, an old guy, a young person, just as long as they're adults. Don't go approaching kids, you weirdos. And you just be like, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, what's going on? My name's Rick. And they'll be like, hi. And you'll be like, I'm just out here meeting people. Came down to Chicago, wanted to see what people were doing. Maybe you learn something. And they might be like, oh, okay, well, I'm kind of busy, but nice meeting you. Like, nice meeting you. That's it. Some people might say no. In fact, I'll tell you this, 9 out of 10 are going to say screw off. That's how you do it. You learn how to talk to people. You might see, because I tell you this, when I used to do fundraising, it's a fact. Guys sign up women for memberships way more than guys, and men sign up. Men sign up women, and women sign up men. So you stand there in downtown Chicago all day, and this is what we would do. And I'd have a clipboard. I see a guy, and I go, "Yo, buddy, come over here." He's gonna be like busy, and I'm like, "All right." I see a woman. I say, "Ma'am, step right up," and she'll be like, "How's it going? How are you? What you up to?" That's it. Learn how to talk to people. It's gonna be hard. You're going to be scared. I remember when I first started doing it, I didn't think I was going to be good at it. And then I got real good at it, and I was one of the nation's best. We don't need none of this, okay? We don't need none of this. Anyway, I digress. It's going to get wild, isn't it? They're going to start suing for all sorts of crazy things. Yikes. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Smash the like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. And I just want to say to all the trans people out there, I'm not a fan of discrimination, but I do think we have to recognize that there is a... in modern society right now, this is going to cause backlash. And we don't want that. We don't. Hooters is a contentious place as it is. So I say to this trans woman, maybe this is not the right place for you to work. But I suppose we'll just leave it to the courts to figure out. This is what the liberals wanted after all, so we'll see how it works out. Hooters will probably go to business. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all tonight at youtube.com/TimcastIRL.